Hey guys, what's going on? Hopefully, you guys all had a pretty good weekend. Didn't do a video for Sunday slate as you guys saw. I was gonna do one, but just just didn't have enough time. So anyway, we are back at it here for the Monday slate. Doing this a lot. Sorry, not a lot. Pretty early, just because the main slate ended so early today. So there's not much going on. So just been doing research. So anyway, like I said, hopefully you guys had a pretty good weekend. Once again, we are rolling on DraftKings right now. That is, I think, 3 straight finishes for DraftKings, so definitely not doing too bad. So this was for Saturday night. This is one of our members. Only put in, I think, 15 or so bucks. I forgot how much he put in, but as you see there, won 122 bucks. So that was like a top 2, top 3% finish easily right there. So a very good night from us from there. As you see here, I only played $4 because I just used my crowns. So don't get on to me about that. So anyway, this is free, basic, free money right there. This was the one from Saturday. Had Bueller, Bundy sucked. We had what's his name? I had the catcher there for Miami. We had 33, Freeman 14, Villar. We had 10, Turner 15, Marcus Semien with 2. So that was on, like I said, Saturday, and then Sunday was a little bit closer, but still came away with the W. And the double ups, our pitchers just completely sucked. I took a GPP shot with Hendricks. Obviously, it didn't pay off. And then Peacock had the second best rating, and he sucked. So anyway, our pitchers completely sucked. If they didn't suck, we would have had a pretty good lineup in at least in the 130s. Anyway, we had Omar Narvaez. He didn't do bad with 7. Jose Abreu with 11. Frazier 21. Manny with 5. Bregman with 15. We had Malik Smith, Christian Stewart as well. So definitely not too shabby there. So like I said, that is 3 straight days there for DraftKings. We'd love to have you guys come join us. $10 a week for FanDuel and $10 a week separately for DraftKings. As we all know, NBA is almost about done. Just a couple days left. And, MLB will be the main sport. So hopefully you guys will come join us. Like I said, it's only $10, $10 a week. It's pretty easy. We're winning pretty easily right now. So $10 is just nothing. Come try it out. Would love to have you guys on board. As normal, sign-up days are Wednesday and Thursday. So if you sign up on any of those days, you will automatically be accepted. But if you sign up on any other day besides Wednesday or Thursday, we will accept your payment, but will not accept you into getting lineups until Wednesday. And like I said before, if you sign up, let's say today on Sunday, don't worry, your membership will start on Wednesday to Wednesday, so you're not going to be ripped off a couple days. Just paying early just ensures that you're going to automatically be in for Wednesday. So that is mostly it. Today we have, I think, an 8-game slate. 2, 4, 6, 8. Yeah, 8 of them. Mostly West Coast games here. So we'll see how it goes. Anyway, we'll just go through it. Most of the stats aren't really up yet. We'll go through a couple of them, but we'll just go game by game here. So we got Marco Estrada and Andrew Cashner. As normal, I do like a couple Oakland guys here against Cashner. Baltimore in a half-decent spot to hit home runs. So Oakland, they've been up and down recently with their hitting, but it wasn't too bad last night against Houston. So I don't mind a couple. Chris Davis, Piscotty, some of the main guys if you want to go that way. They're not cheap, but I think they could do half-decent there for you. And, it's 9.5 total there, so they're expecting a couple runs for sure. We got Marco Estrada, maybe a deep GPP only, maybe a DraftKings play. The dude doesn't really strike out a lot. He's ground ball pitcher, so he might get you 3-4 strikeouts. So if you're looking for, I guess, 23, 25, you can look at him, but not much going on there. So I don't mind, like I said, picking on Cashner. I think that will be a popular pick. And like I said, we'll get into these picks in a little bit, but we'll just briefly go through these games. So pick on Cashner for sure. Next, we got Nationals and Phillies in 9 total with Sanchez and Vincent Vasquez. Let's see here. Sanchez got roughed up his first game. I don't mind picking a couple Philly guys here. As we all know, Philly and Washington, they're going to be fun to watch with Harper. They are going to be in Philly. I think Harper's going to want to bring it to Washington since he already visited them. So, once again, I don't mind Harper. Don't mind some Hoskins. Those guys have been firing. on all cylinders. Don't mind Gene Segura since he's usually batting second and have Harper and Hoskins behind him to hit him in. So I don't mind a couple of those guys. You can maybe go GPP with Vince Velasquez. Washington can hit. We saw that yesterday. But in my mind, I think he's a little favored. But like I said, the dude walks a couple as well. So for the most part, not touching these pitchers. I do like stacking a couple Philadelphia guys for sure here against Anibal Sanchez. Like I said, not too bad last year, but in a difficult place here against Philadelphia here tonight. All right, next is the Yankees and the Astros. We got a 7.5 total. We got Tanaka and Verlander. So I don't know how much I'm really on Verlander tonight. Like I said, he should still do half decent. Yankees are still hitting pretty good. We saw what Sanchez did last night. He had 3 home runs there. So Yankees team is still hitting pretty good. I know they're facing a terrible Baltimore team with their pitching staff, but you can look at Verlander if you want. Not many good studs out there, so you might just have to put them in there if you want to go that way. We got Tanaka, kind of an iffy kind of a pick there. He's been half decent to start the year, so that's up to you. Verlander is favored for the win, though, so that's the only bad thing about taking Tanaka. But either way, I really don't mind that. So probably just pitching guys from that one. You can go GPP and put in Yankees, but I would probably just stick to the pitchers here in this one. Moved on, LA and St. Louis. Hyun-Jin Ryu, Miles Mikolas. I don't mind a couple Dodgers here. They are still, I think they just finished up against Colorado, and their bats were looking pretty good. So they're expensive, but I don't mind a couple of them. Cody Bellinger, Seager, just the main guys, Jock Peterson. Mikolas 0-1 with a 7.2 this year. He's not doing it right now, so I really don't mind putting him in there. Stacking against him. Hyun-Jin Ryu, maybe you can put him in there. It's supposed to be a relatively close game, so maybe not the best pick, but you can look at him, but doesn't have a lot of upside. Next, we got Seattle and Kansas City. We got Hernandez against Bailey. This should be the game you're picking on. We got a 9.5 total here. Hernandez was stiller in his first game, but I don't know how long that's really going to last. Kansas City, they actually have a half-decent hitting team. I actually like picking a couple of their hitters. They're relatively aggressive. So record may not look good, but I like Mondesi. I like Whit Merrifield here as well. Those are probably the 2 guys I'm really looking at. And that's who I really been picking on all year is those 2 there. So that's what we're looking at on the Mariners side. If Vogelback, I don't think he'll get the start, but if he does, he's been fire. Jay Bruce, like I said, a lot of these lefties you can put in there against him. Alex Smith might get a couple steals, even though Martin Maldonado really not a bad defensive catcher. He's actually pretty dang good. So, but for the most part, yeah, going to want to stack this game, I think, a little bit and see how it goes. But 9.5 total, I think that's the game everyone's going to be stacking. We got Atlanta and Colorado. Julio Teheran against Freeland. Got 10.5 total. Obviously, it's in Colorado. Don't mind a couple bats here against Julio Teheran. He has one of the highest walk rates last year. I think he had almost 5 walks a game. So don't mind putting in a couple of the big boys if you want to go that way. So yeah, just pick and choose who you want in that one. Maybe go Freeland, but as we know, Atlanta, they can hit pretty good too. So probably gonna put a couple bats in there. Probably not stack it. It's not the best pitchers to stack against, but maybe still a couple of them if you want to. Next, we got Padres and the Giants. Eric Lauer against Bumgarner. I think that's how you say his name, Lauer. Anyway, I think he'll be relatively popular. Dude doesn't strike out a lot, but he does gets his outs in a pitcher's ballpark in San Francisco. Night game. Marine Layer, I think it's in a pretty good spot for him. You can look at Madison Bumgarner. Padres might get to him. I don't mind maybe a little mini Padres stack, but not a good ballpark to hit at. So Eric Lauer, probably my cheap end pitcher I would go for, and definitely pair him up with Verlander or something on DraftKings. And then moving on to Milwaukee and the Angels, we got Chacin taking on Cahill. Cahill, really not a bad pitcher. Did pretty good against a very, very hot Seattle team last time out. but Milwaukee just as hot, 8-2. So he might have some issues. We'll see. He might give up 2 or 3 in this one. It is only 8.5 total there, but it's supposed to be a pretty good close game. So Mike Trout, you can also consider him. He's been hot 4 straight days with a home run, but Price is getting up there. But definitely you can look at him. So anyway, we'll go over here. I just wanted to briefly get through all that. These are some of the top-rated hitters throughout the day. Ryan O'Hearn, Acuna, talked about a lot of these guys. Trout, Bellinger. You got Josh Donaldson against the lefty, Judge, if you want to go that way. So like I said, a lot of the top guys that I already talked about are on here. So once again, it looks like not many studs out there for pitching-wise, so maybe just spin down a little bit and let a guy get you 28 to 30 and maybe have at it. Anyway, these are the pitchers here. Verlander, so far the best rated here early on. As you see, they don't have these ones updated yet, so I can't really tell you anything about them. Anyway, K rate against the righties, 27%. Hard hit percentage, 32%. So as you see, not too bad. Slugging a little bit, 386. But Verlander for sure. You can look at him. Like I said, Bumgarner, GPP, he's been actually pretty good this year. Just doesn't get run support, so may not get the win, which hurts a little bit there on FanDuel. You got Miles Michaelis as well. And then here's some of the bad guys. Estrada, they got him really low. So like I said, GPP only with Estrada. So that's kind of what I'm looking at there. So as you see, not the greatest, once again, not the greatest slate for pitching. So it's going to be a very, very, should be a high-scoring night for sure. So that is mostly it. Just briefly went through all that. All the stats aren't up on the other website. So, like I said, I did it early here today. So that is mostly it there. So, yeah, anyway, kind of recap, just stack a couple of those Kansas City and Mariner guys. Like I said, look at the stats. It helps a lot. I'm not going to go crazy into it because it's boring to just listen to all the, XFit and Sierra and all that kind of stuff. So just, stack a couple of those guys. Find some fly ball pitchers, and then put some home run hitters against the fly ball pitchers. That's pretty easy. Bailey does give up some fly ball percentage quite a bit. So don't mind, like I said, stacking that one. And like I said, a couple guys from that Philly game, if you want to go that way. 1 or 2 maybe from the Braves, Rockies. I don't mind Lauer, as I said, as a pitcher on DraftKings, and maybe 1 or 2 from that Angel game there with Mike Trout and maybe a couple Brewers as well. So that is mostly it. Like I said, we have been killing it. We'd love to have you guys come join us. $10 a week for FanDuel and $10 a month. Sorry, $10 a week for FanDuel and $10 a week separately for DraftKings. To get in on it, check out our Twitter in the comment section below. Like I said, sign-up days Wednesday and Thursday. Don't worry if you sign up any other day. We'll accept your payment, but we'll not add you until Wednesday, and that is when your membership will start Wednesday to Wednesday. So that is it, guys. Hope you guys have had a pretty good weekend, as I mentioned, and hopefully you guys have a pretty good start to your guys' Monday.